Have you ever loved someone so much that you were willing to wait for them forever? What if that same person came back and told you that you were no longer good enough? Tonight, let me tell you the story of Ngozi, a village girl whose broken heart became the beginning of her greatest blessing. Welcome to African Tales by Sophia, where every story carries a lesson. Every tear has a purpose, and every ending leaves something to remember. Now let's begin. Ngozi was a simple village girl. She was kind, hardworking, and loved by everyone in her community. Every morning, she went to the farm with the man she loved, Tobe. The two of them worked side by side under the hot sun. They planted together, they harvested together, and they dreamed together. Everyone in the village believed they would one day become husband and wife. One evening, after a long day on the farm, Tobe sat quietly beneath a mango tree. Ngozi noticed that something was troubling him. "Tobe, what is wrong?" she asked softly. Tobe sighed. "All my friends have left this village and moved to the city. They are making money and building better lives. I think it is time for me to go too." Ngozi's smile faded. "The city?" she asked. "Yes," Tobe replied. "I want to work hard, save money, and come back to marry you properly." Ngozi looked down. "What if a city girl takes you away from me?" she asked. Tobe laughed and held her hand. "No one can take me away from you. You are the woman I love." Those words brought peace to Ngozi's heart. A few weeks later, Tobe left for the city. At first, he called often. Then the calls became fewer. Soon, days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Whenever Ngozi called, he would ignore her. Yet she continued to believe in him. Far away in the city, Tobe met a beautiful young woman named Chacha. Chacha came from a wealthy family. She dressed elegantly and spoke confidently. When she discovered that Tobe was hardworking, she became interested in him. "Tobe," she told him one day, "I like you. My father is rich. If we get married, your life will change forever." Tobe's eyes widened. Everything he had ever wanted suddenly seemed within reach. Slowly, he forgot the promises he made beneath the mango tree. One day, Ngozi finally reached him on the phone. Her voice trembled with happiness. "Tobe, when are you coming home?" Instead of answering kindly, Tobe sounded cold. "Stop calling me." Ngozi froze. "Tobe, what do you mean?" "There is nothing between us anymore," he replied. Before ending the call, Ngozi sat quietly, with tears running down her face. The man she loved was becoming a stranger. Months later, Tobe returned to the village, but he did not return alone. Standing beside him was Chacha. The villagers gathered to welcome them. Ngozi's heart raced as she walked toward him. She thought he had finally come back for her. Instead, Tobe looked at her with contempt. "Ngozi," he said, "I cannot marry a village girl like you." The crowd fell silent. Tobe continued, "You belong here in the village. You smell of smoke from cooking. You smell of the farm. You are not exposed. You are not the kind of woman I want." Each word pierced Ngozi's heart like a knife. The villagers watched in shock. Ngozi fought back tears, but she could not stop them. Without saying another word, she turned and walked away. That night, she cried until she had no tears left. But life had not finished writing her story. A few months later, one of Mr. Joffrey's sons visited the village. Unlike many others, he did not judge people by their appearance or status. He noticed Ngozi's kindness. He saw her hard-working nature. He saw the strength hidden behind her smile. The more he got to know her, the more he admired her. Eventually, he asked for her hand in marriage. Ngozi was surprised. She had never imagined that happiness would find her again. When the wedding preparations began, Chacha was furious. Why would anyone marry a girl like her? she complained. She does not belong in our family. But this time, people were tired of Chacha's arrogance. Her constant disrespect had caused problems for years. Even Mr. and Mrs. Joffrey became disappointed by her behavior. Eventually, the truth about her past came to light. She learned that she had been adopted as a child. The family still loved her, but they could no longer tolerate her pride and cruelty. For the first time in her life, Chacha realized that money and status could not replace good character. Meanwhile, Ngozi's wedding day arrived. The entire village celebrated. She smiled brighter than she ever had before as she stood beside the man who truly valued her. She finally understood something important. The people who walk away from your life are not always your loss. Sometimes they are making room for something better. And somewhere in the crowd stood Tobe, watching silently, filled with regret. He had traded true love for empty promises, and now the future he once rejected was happier without him. The lesson of this story is simple. Never look down on someone because of where they come from. Beauty fades, money comes and goes, but a good heart will always be worth more than riches. What would you have done if you were Ngozi? Would you have forgiven Tobe after everything he did? Or do you think Ngozi made the right choice by moving on? Tell me in the comments. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and follow African Tales by Sophia for more unforgettable African stories with powerful lessons.